Hello everyone and welcome back to Cloud's Fortresscraft Frozen Factory. We're going to collect all of our treasures here. This is everything that's left over from that research. Because perfect vein extraction is finished. 8 lights in the dark requires hemo blocks. And let's see where those are. Are those actually? Yeah, all the hemo blocks I had, I already placed in here in preparation for that. So we're going to do a little tour of the base. There's a lot of stuff gone. For example, my missile bay up here, gone. We got to do something else with this tower now. All of the automated missile delivery systems and yada yada yada, gone. All of the missile building apparatus, also gone. The only thing left over here is I have a small steel alloy smelter set up for when I needed more jet turbines when I was charging the OET. And of course my pipes are still being made here. As far as everything else goes, I cleared everything off the OET, all those PCGs and solar panels, so it's just sitting there naked. I thought I got all the guns. Apparently I missed a few of them. So I got all the guns and got all the Mark IV batteries that were hanging out here. I got 296 pieces of Mark IV battery now. Pulled all the guns out. All the missile systems. Spiderbot didn't take this out like I hoped he would. I built that when I was replacing all of the wooden blocks everywhere. Yeah, so all of the turrets, all of the batteries, everything's gone. Unfortunately, because of that, a lot of these top turbines aren't doing anything. So I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to be doing with all of this stuff. You know, am I going to try to improve it and keep it all? Right now, everything that's feeding my blast furnace setup, still pretty good. Just with what we have here. And we're getting, right now, towards geothermal. So again, I'm not really sure. My whole sorting system, as you can see, that's gone. All the beacons, all that good stuff. We didn't end up with too many missiles compared to my last playthrough. Here's all of my war stuff. All the leftover missiles, the missile manufacturing buildings, turrets. We got a couple hundred here and there. Pretty sure we can macerate this stuff. It doesn't sound very safe to me, but I want to try it. Do not do this at home. Do not stick unexploded missiles into a device that crushes them into a fine paste. This whole setup is working. I tried experimenting a little bit and making it a stack too to see if things would work a little bit better, but the only thing that would help this out would be to get more output for the coal. We do have coal being delivered to the macerators, but it just doesn't output fast enough. Let's see here. We'll take this one. And yes, they do get macerated. Oh, that's kind of horrible. But again, I have zero use for these now. I haven't gotten any ore out of it. What a bummer. Yeah, I can't watch that. I'll get bummed out that I'm not getting anything out of it. So I need to do something with the OET. I can't just leave it there. I might go build it in the magma caverns or something just for fun. Alrighty, let's put these back on the bar. head on down here. Because now we can start making Mark 3 trenchers, which have 100% efficiency. As soon as I can see where I am, that is. There we go. And things are looking pretty good up here. We got a pretty decent balance, I think. Although, again, the animations aren't really showing too well on these matter movers. Not all of them, anyway. It's not really a big deal. I can tell everything's still working. I have to empty this out every time I log into the game. If we come down here, we've got a trencher. And we're going to take this back up with us and upgrade it. Of course, I didn't need to take the motor. I only needed to take the drill. Oops. It's alright, this vein's got to be just about done anyway. 318,000, yeah, there's not really much left in there. Take as many of these as I can. They're all full, so why don't we empty them first? Stack these so we're not leaving anything on the ground. Alright. And we're going to upgrade this, and we're gonna have to just find a good spot, because there's one spot that I've revealed on this entire vein so far that's a 3x3. It's a pretty large vein, as you can see from what I've cleared down here. It goes all the way. It's just not very flat. I mean, there's some flat down here, but I want to keep everything on this same level. It'll make it a lot easier with the mass storage moving around, all of that. I want to keep everything parallel, so we can just really push this mass storage item transportation just to its limit. I do need to drop off the ore here, and I'll need to research the Mark 3 trencher, I believe. They usually make you do that kind of stuff before they let you use it. I missed my 2,000 hoppers. I'm also probably going to need chlorine. Or not chlorine, sulfur. Because the Mark II trencher required chlorine. So I'm guessing the Mark III will require sulfur. It's probably a good guess. How are we doing on chromed over here? We're 1.459 magnetic, 1.415 chromed. Almost good on resin. I did just drop a whole bunch of resin off to make a bunch more in-out ports. So we got 70 outputs and 100 inputs. Cool, we can make quite a large amount of in-out ports with all of that. That's where all my resin went. Oh, look at that. They're coming through. Oh, they're almost through over here. Wow. Something I did recently must have caused them to get upset with me. Because the last time I looked down here, this wasn't all overgrown like this. So we got some poking through right there. Looks good over here. What is that, an eye? Yeah, an eye fell all the way down here. We're still looking good over here. I went ahead and built a bar thief. You know, it says that they're useless, but actually if you take whatever is, if you're reading like a book, you know, top left, whatever is on the top left, they're going to take first. So even if it's on the bottom, but it's all the way on the left, they're going to take my copper bars. It works just like an ore thief, but it takes your bars out of your inventory. Which is nice because I've got hundreds of thousands of bars, and, you know, we're not necessarily supplying this the way we need to. So this is a good, you know, get up for 5 minutes and just let yourself sit here. I built a bunch of hoppers underneath so we can get a pretty good supply, and they're all just feeding over. It's a lot easier than me doing this. Just filling it myself. At least in the walking away sense. I can stockpile a lot more in there. So I'm probably going to build a second setup like this to cover all of these. Not quite sure yet. So I got my sulfur. Now they're coming through over here too, or is this old? No, but they're right behind it. Okay. We're gonna have to ante up on defenses soon. I'm not overly concerned with it right now. However, I am not comfortable with the way it is pushing up against my wall here. So none of these 3 spots are taken, and I believe this Lancer can fire through the concrete. He's using power, so yes. Alright, cool. That'll keep you guys off of here. And teleport. Plenty of sulfur, I'm sure. I don't know if I've got enough bars. I didn't pay enough attention to that when I was down there. Most likely we've got to research it. We've got to find that nickel ore extractor that's offline. I looked. Couldn't find it. I know you can press K and bring up your hollow base, but I have a lot of machines. Here we go. Trencher Drill Mk3. This one looks really neat. It looks like a boss from a video game coming at you. And let's see. Oh, okay, I got plenty. 1, 2, 3. Where is it? There we go. I'm actually going to find... How about I just do this? Put a light there. This is always so difficult to see underground when it's set up. And just so you guys can get a good look at it, I'm telling you, it looks pretty neat.
Structure complete.
It's like, how is that an effective drill compared to what we've been using? Unless those claws are like plasma based or something, I don't know. But it does look really neat, and it looks even cooler when it's working. So we'll see if we can get it set up and get it working. For now, I'm just going to place it, I think, exactly where the chromium one was before. We're going to finish off that middle vein there. And I don't like this light here, really. I think it's too bright with the CPH light and all that. So we'll go place this, get that out of the way. I keep forgetting to do this. I gotta start with X. Yeah, music disabled. I don't even hear it. My sound's turned so far down. What was I doing? I completely forgot. Oh yeah, Trencher. Trencher. It's just a habit to grab that stuff when I come down here. We were right here.
Structure complete.
Yeah, that thing looks cool. Hey, what'd you do that for? Because you made it do that. Oh, I did it again. Wow, I am terrible at this today.
Structure complete.
And there he goes. Again, not sure how that's an effective method of tearing into this stuff, but hey, I am no ore mineral expert. I still think the circulating grinding one, I think this one right here would be a lot more effective. Unless you're digging into like dirt. Then the claw might be effective. I just picked up a bunch of chromium, really because I had to. I wanted to see that trencher moving. And I still need to get chromium coming up here, because this molybdenum vein is not close enough to being gone. It's still 16 million. And we have just about run out of chromium up here. I've made 2 or 3 trips off camera. This will be like 2 trips on camera now, so I'm not doing a whole lot of manual hauling and all of that, but I'd really like to get that molybdenum vein gone so that we can get everything automated again. That vein is literally blocking every single one of my like 14 lifts. It is so huge, and I'm a derp and I put them all in the same spot. I know, it's my fault. And I could just build more and fix it that way, but darn it, I don't want to. Okay, let's make
Crafting.
6 of them, sure. And then I gotta make sure I put these back, because they're already starting to fill that hopper up again. There you go. 6 in-out ports. Fantastic. I only have 1 cryoplasm lancer? My. Seeing as I only have 1. There's also melters. Like I said, that's more of a medium range. It doesn't destroy the cryoplasm, it just brings it down to the ground. Or within range of your other stuff. However, we're going to be making lancers. And at the same time, I'm actually not going to get into these too much this episode, but I want to go and research the Dazzler, because I have no idea what materials it takes, and it might take something that I just used a bunch of, and I'm going to feel stupid. Yeah, I would like to stop floating in the air magically. Thank you. Sometimes if you ask it nicely, it helps you. That's how I feel anyway. Oh hey, look at this threat scanner. You've killed 260,000 mobs. Hey, look at that, I lost exactly 50 times. That's neat. That's what happens when you go AFK all the time in this game. So we have cryo mines. Yeah, we'll research it. Why not? Cryoplasm Dazzler turret. It allows the clearing of cryoplasm at a very long range. And it is a very long range. I have just enough points to get the magma bore. That's funny. I'm going to have to research more of those parts. Inevitably. Okay, the cryo mine, like I said, takes chlorine. It takes a laser energy transmitter Mark II. That is about the weirdest material for a mine to use. A battery, sure, but a laser energy transmitter? Okay. Cryoplasm Dazzler. Compressed sulfur, laser energy transmitter Mark III. Now that makes sense because the Dazzler fires a big laser. So you need, let's see, it's a 3x3 structure. Built, you know, like the batteries.
Fusing up.
So we need 9 times 3. We need 27 of them for 1. 25.
Crafting.
Okay, so there's 1. I'm gonna build
Crafting.
2.
Crafting.
Laser energy transmitter Mark II. I still can't get over that. Why does the mine take that? Why? I know, maybe it's because everything else took the laser energy transmitter and he didn't want to just be weird and make the other one take a battery. I don't know. I just don't know. Okay. Let's see, we have 2 conduits, I believe. They take 9 apiece, I think. Falcor cannot offload. All hoppers locked or full. Oh, because I see there's 10 slots. Once it goes one more, then they'll transfer. Okay. These parts keep appearing. Now, somebody had... I've read a couple posts where people are talking about bug parts that just randomly rain from the sky. And I've never really, you know, I've always looked at them like, what are you, crazy? But I'm believing it now because I've cleaned up all the bug parts. At least to that wooden thing. That tower I built, I cleaned up all the bug parts up to there. Hey, look at this research pod just fell. Get that flashy light out of there. I left things past here because, I mean, you can probably guess why. I was cleaning up bug parts, just minding my own business, flying around, and then a worm spawned, popped up, and ate me. Not even kidding. Just came right out of the ground and ate me as I was flying over. So I figured, I'll go finish it later. But now all of these parts have come since I've cleaned it all up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, that's quite a large number of bug parts. So we'll see how long we're continuing to find these. I did clear space out of here. And I had a lot of ruined parts inside my storage. I don't know how that happened. I think I was just being lazy at some point. And we'll put this away. Alright, so the very first thing we're going to do with the next episode is go play around with the Cryoplasm Dazzlers. So I appreciate you watching, and I hope to see you next time.